How's everyone doing? Cody back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, I've got to do this video. It's fucking me off. Right. Down my timeline, there's a video of me doing a video. I did an interview with Grenada Reports on drones being used to supply contraband to prison. Like I say, the whole thing about drugs and phones and everything else being in prison is no secret, right? So don't want no comments. You're fucking trying to say that I'm trying to blow the lads up and everything else, because it's a load of bollocks, right? Drugs have been going into prisons fucking for as long as the prison system's been about, right? And what it is, it's annoying me, right, that people are coming out here. You see people that have never been in prison doing interviews with the media, with local and national media on things they ain't fucking no fuck all about. I do these vlogs, right, because I've been in jail. I've been in prison. I've been in when I got out of prison once, yeah, in a conversation with a journalist, right, I said, this was 2 years ago, right, I said, right, there were drones supplying drugs to the prison, right, just an off the bat comment off the record, right. He laughed at me down the phone, right, straight up, no bullshit, right. He's a reporter for a local fucking newspaper, which is a sister paper for a big national paper, and he laughed at me down the phone, right? A few weeks later, he rings me back. This is 2 years ago. This is nothing new. This was like, it was the first time, right, that he'd ever, like, I told him, and it's the first time he'd ever heard about drones being used to supply drugs to prison. And because it sounded so far-fetched, right, he laughed me off the phone, right? The same journalist, which I won't mention, rang me back a few weeks later, right, or a few months later, and said, right, I apologise. He said, oh, about drones. And I said, oh, remember when you laughed me off the phone? And he said, well, I'm not laughing now. He said, you was right. So I knew I was right anyway. Right? Like I say, not trying to blow the lads up or anything like that. It's just obvious what's going on. I like to show the prison system for what it is. The prison system, they make out that they're all high and powerful, and prisons are full of educated prisoners that go by the book, and there's no drugs in prison, there's no mobile phones in prison and all this. Then they want to stop radicalisation in prisons, right? I've done an interview with a producer from LBC Radio, rang me. It's down my timeline, right? They rang me and said, right, we're going to do an interview on radicalisation. You're on in 50 seconds, because my mobile number's on my Twitter, right? So I ended up doing the interview. And said, look, they're talking about stopping fucking, I said, they can't stop radicalisation in prisons. They can't even stop fucking mobile phones and drugs getting in. So how are they going to stop words and thoughts, right? It's not practical, right? So like I say, I do these videos and stuff, right, to show the prison system for what it is. Because like I say, I'm fighting for prisoners and stuff and trying to get better conditions for prisoners and everything else. And I'm not having people believe that prisoners are sat behind a door where they're on educational courses, they're all being reformed, they're all being good little boys and going by the book, right? It's a load of bollocks, right? The prison staff are not in control of the prisons, right? It's a load of bollocks, right? Certain prisons, right? Prisoners are locked up 23 hours a day, but they're still running circles around the screws, right? In every which way, right? Now, do you know what the reason that I did the interview? So I broke the exclusive story, right? Well, I didn't break the exclusive story, but I told the journalist that drones were delivering drugs to prisons, and then he rang me when the prison service, he found out that there was a drone that had crashed into the yard at Strangeways, right? Strangeways Cat A here in Manchester, right? So he rang me to say, look, you was right, right? So that was that. I'm gutted that it crashed, because obviously that was someone's that was someone's drugs, that was someone's mobile phone, right? And like I say, I'm not blowing anyone up here. We don't do names on these channels. We don't do wings. We don't do anything, right? I'm talking about the prison system as a whole, right? And like I say, every prison in the UK, some prisons can have drones flown to the windows, right? And then all it is, yeah, the drone comes in, right? You're on a blower. Drone comes, right, and you know what the thing is, right? This is the thing about the Ministry of Justice, right? They talk about they're in power and they're in control and prisons are place of reform and all that bullshit, right? Right, well, do you know what, right? When drones, right, they've got all, right, Strangeways, you're talking about Manchester, right? They've got tens of thousands of pounds worth of security. It's a maximum security prison, remember, right? It's Cat A, yeah, right? They've got bars on top of bars on top of bars on top of bars, right? They've got screws, they've got fucking dog patrols, they've got night vision cameras, everything, right? And do you know what makes me laugh, right? It's all taken out by a £500 drone, yeah? You can't make this shit up, right? Serious, right? And like I say, cameras, CCTV cameras, aim down, right? Screws don't walk around looking in the sky, do they? No, they don't, do they? They look down, or they look in front of them, right? All you do, you get the drone, spray it black, right? Drones can come in, they can come as black. If they come as black, you're sweet. If not, right, people spray it. People say you get a white drone, yeah, you paint it. You get someone on the out, spray paint it black, right? And then, like I say, you do it at a night time, right? This is the thing, yeah. Convicts, yeah, prisoners, right? We're far cleverer than anyone gives us fucking credit for, right? And we're always one step ahead of the screws. Now, right? Check this, yeah. So the prisoners know on a night time there's only one screw on the night shift, right? And they don't even have a set of keys, guys. The glorified security guards, right? They walk around on a night, yeah. They might open your flap and put a torch in, yeah, to make sure you're actually there, because they've got a thing to do called roll count to make sure no one's escaped and stuff, right? But this is the thing. So the lads know this. They know that there's no staff on nights, and they know they've not got keys, right? So what they do, they get on one of these, right? They get on a mobile. They get the boy, yeah, to park close to the prison wall on a back street. They get the drone up and over, right? The drones have got cameras, right? But do you know what the weird thing is? The Ministry of Justice, they guide the drone to the cell. And do you know how they do that? On the outside of the fucking cell, on the outside of the prison wall, right? On each wing, you've got the cell number going across 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's cell 24 on the twos, right? So how it works, right? Your ground floor's your ones. Then you've got your twos, you've got your threes, and then you've got your fours, which is the highest landing you can get in Strangeways, right? And like I say, the thing comes over, right? They've got cameras on them, right? So they guide over. And do you know what the thing is as well? The Ministry of Justice, they light the yards up as well, right? So the fucking, the thing's directed straight there. It's got light, camera, boom, bam, to the thing, right? All the inmate's got to do, pop his window open, put his hands out, take hold of it. The kid that's controlling it will take it off because he can see that it's landed, right? Turn it sideways, take it in, right? Take all the contraband off it, the drugs, the mobile phones and everything. That's all money, that, because just a shit smartphone in prison, yeah, he's going for a few £100, yeah, serious. Something that's costing 15, 20 quid, 50 quid on the out, yeah, going for fucking 6 times that, 3, 4 times, 5, 6 times that in prison, depending on what the inmate charges and stuff, if he's friends with the inmate, blah blah blah, right? Smartphones can go for 800 over to like £1,000 plus for shitty, like, even for shitty smartphones and stuff. Then obviously you've got your drugs and everything else, and all you do simply, they've been put on by masking tape and stuff. The more you spend on a drone, the heavier that it can carry and stuff. So obviously it's worth that extra few £100. You take the contraband off it. You put it back out, you put the camera facing you, you put your hands out flat, you push it out. Then when the person that's operating the drone can see that it's back outside the window, takes off, up and over, boom, they're gone. They're quite silent. Like I say, it's big business, yeah. Like I say, I ain't trying to blow no one up in Strangeways. Like I say, this was that was 2 years ago that I was in that jail, right? 2.5 years ago. So like I say, it goes on though. Like I say, in any prison, do you know what the weird thing is, right? That's Cat A in Strangeways, right? That's Cat A. You can open the windows, put your arms out. There are certain prisons, and there are nettings on some of the yards and stuff, right, to stop things being thrown over the wall and everything. But again, the prison's in a state of disrepair and stuff. Not every yard in Strangeways has got a fucking netting over the top. And like I say, it defies logic, guys. We're one step ahead. The Ministry of Justice, right, are running around chasing their tails, right? And the thing is, yeah, say they're now trying to counteract and stuff, and there's going to be police investigating this drone thing and everything. There was a story, I think, last year, it was Pentonville or something. A girl got chased in a car, having been spotted with a drone, right? And she actually crashed, and I think she died. God bless her, may she rest in peace. Trying to get away from the police, yeah, straight up, right? Like I say, I'm for prisoners, I'm for criminals, yeah, fuck the police. But like I say, it just goes on, and now there's this new, they're trying to counteract it and stuff. So 1 minute they're trying to tackle radicalization even, right? Then they're trying to stop drugs and mobile phones, right? Do you know what makes me laugh, right? This Sam guy here, right, who's like, he's an MP and he's involved with Ministry of Justice. Liz Truss, who's the Justice Secretary and stuff, right, are absolutely fucking clueless, guys. They've got their heads up their ass, right? I'm prisoner, right? I'm a convict, yeah? I'm out now. But like I say, I speak out for prisoners trying to get better conditions and stuff. I sit here laughing, guys, right? Because like I say, we are one step ahead, right? Like I say, it's an us versus them attitude, right? You get out of your cell, right? You could be sweet with a screw. At the end of the day, yeah, you're a convict, that's a screw. He's got a job to do, you've got to do what you've got to do. We're criminals, yeah? All we know is how to fucking beg, borrow and steal, right? And we have to do a bit, you have to do a bit of this and that, a bit of that in prison to survive, right? And it's big business, yeah? You hear me? Right, like I say, if you think about it, right? One parcel being delivered to the jail via a drone, right? It's paying for the drone and then some. Because like I say, like what you can get fucking you can get like kilos of spice, you can get whatever drugs, yeah, grams and grams and grams, yeah. And like I say, the more you spend on the drone, the more it can carry. If it's white, the thingy, the drone, just spray it black, right? And all you've got to do, right, need a camera on it, right? And up and over the wall. Like I say, CCTV cameras look down. The exercise yard is lit up, right? The prison cell numbers are written on the fucking wall. You can't make this shit up, guys. I'm being serious, honestly, right? And like I say, it's big business, guys, right? And like I say, if they get onto it, right, they've got this new, they're going to counteract it. They've got a new, the police are going to investigate it. Never stopped criminals before, not going to stop criminals now. Ministry of Justice, right, again, chasing the tails, don't know fuck all. Look, the streets are lawless, right? We don't give a shit about the police. There's no respect for the police, right? The prisons, right, are just human warehouses full of people that are miserable, they're fucking depressed, they've got mental health issues, they're being locked up for long periods of time, right? And if they want to sell drugs and make a bit of dough when they get out and secure their futures, right, or make some bit of money so when they get out they can fuck off on a nice holiday, more power to them. I'm straight up, guys. Like I say, I'm not going to sit here and fucking, I tell people not to take spice and everything else, but people are going to carry on taking it. I'd tell people not to take it if they've never taken it before, because it can fucking ruin lives and stuff. People are dying on the stuff. But like I say, I'm not against people making money in prison. I'm like, fuck, right? I'm a prisoner first of all. And like I say, I don't do these videos to blow anybody up. I'm not mentioning no names. I'm not mentioning wings. And I was in 2 years ago, right? People get moved in the prison system. People get released, blah, 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 right? Like I say, but then, like I say, a few miles down the road from Strangeways, right, you've got a Cat B prison, Forest Bank, the one I've just fucking got out of, hence the t-shirt, right? I got out 2 months ago, right? And you can't have a drone deliver drugs to your cell, right? Because there's a grill on the window and stuff like that, and you can't do it, right? So that's a contradiction between a Cat A and a Cat B. But like I say, prisoners, right? The fact that they're getting mobile phones and drugs inside, they can play on social media, they can chat to the family without being listened to, and people are running successful drug empires and stuff and getting people done over and fucked up from inside prison. And like I say, you can't stop it, right? If the prison are successful, right, in after going after these drones and stuff, right, all that it means is the cons, who are 1 step ahead, 2 steps ahead every time, will figure a new way to get drugs in. Every time a new bit of technology comes out, prisoners and convicts and criminals on the outside tally up and they carry on doing what they're doing. It's supply and demand, guys, right? And the demand within prisons is fucking high. And you can charge a premium for that shit, right? And like I say, there's a lot of people getting very rich off it, right? And the Ministry of Justice, the truth of the matter is, they can't stop it. They don't know, right? These millionaire MPs and stuff that live in bubbles, they rule the roost on prisoners and stuff, right? And like I say, prisons are horrible places, right? But like I say, if you can get off your nut, right, and be ringing your loved ones and doing what you're doing, right, then more power to you. Because like I say, don't let the prison system get on top of you. Show it for what it is. Party, drink, take the drugs, do what you're doing, and make money and get rich, guys. And that's what people are doing inside. It's crime, innit? It's a cycle of crime. Like I say, just because something's in prison, right, doesn't mean that, that's locked up, and people think, oh, they've been locked away, throw away the key, that's it. They'll be rehabilitated, right? No. Prisoners run prisons, guys. It's as simple as that. Like I say, I don't do these vlogs for any other reason. I don't get paid for them. When I do the interviews and stuff, I don't get paid for it. It's just me showing the system for what it is. And like I say, I'm doing it because on the outside I can laugh as a prisoner. I can laugh and speak out and laugh on behalf of prisoners, because we're taking the piss out of them. The prisoners, right, think they're running the prison officers think they're running the prison, the Ministry of Justice. Load of bullshit, guys. Prisons and wings are becoming no-go fucking zones for screws, because you got more dangerous, violent, volatile inmates in prison. Prison's overcrowded. The prisoners have enough, right, and they're going to take over eventually. And you've seen it in Birmingham, and you've seen it in Swaleside with the riots and stuff, right? And like I say, guys, we're showing the system for what it is. Just because you're in prison doesn't mean that you can't still do a bit of this and a bit of that, right? You've got to do a bit of this and a bit of that in prison to survive. Like I say, it's a dog-eat-dog world, guys. And like I say, the Ministry of Justice can try everything in their power, right? Well, the simple fact remains, they're powerless to stop it. They're clueless. They don't have a clue about the criminal mind and about what we're doing, right? Like I say, there's certain videos I can't do and speak about, because like I say, like constricts and stuff like that, I can't give away constricts, because then the screws will know what to look for and stuff like that. That's why I don't do videos on constricts. But like I say, we're always one step ahead as prisoners and criminals and stuff. And the Ministry of Justice, right, they don't know their head from their ass. And like I say, screws are 2-3 steps behind a prisoner. Well, just because you're in prison don't mean you're stupid. Very clued up, guys. Very, very resourceful individuals, prisoners. Right, guys, going to leave it here. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. And I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.